On October 28th, 2023, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. So the topic of this video is going to be what you should know for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, October 2023. As you know, we just had the solar eclipse in Libra, which was on October 14, 2023. If you want to check out the video I made on that as well. So the solar eclipse is more of the masculine energy with the new moon, and this lunar eclipse in Taurus is more the feminine energy, and it's a full moon. So what is a lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse occurs during a full moon when the earth moves between the sun and the moon, casting Earth's shadow onto the moon. I want you to think about it this way. The sun represents your ego, right? We're thinking about the masculine energy, like I said. And the moon represents your emotions, the more feminine energy. Right? This lunar eclipse is going to be encouraging you to confront your shadow self. Anyone knows that I'm all about the shadow work, and I think it's a very important part of transformation. A lot of people don't want to face their shadow. A lot of people don't want to confront the unconscious fears, limiting beliefs, trauma, unprocessed emotions, right, that ruled their life. But when we bring awareness to these things, it's an intense period of transformation. Think about once you face your fears and all the things that have been holding you back, we can pretty much accomplish anything in our lives and overcome anything once you face your own shadow. Nothing else left to fear, right? So during eclipses, whether it's a solar or a lunar eclipse, it's always a period of intense transformation and realizations, revelations. You can expect sudden or unexpected changes. Sometimes I think of it as things are going to eclipse out of your life, right? But whatever it is, these changes are what's necessary to help you move forward in your life and more in alignment with where your life's supposed to go. So I never look at it as negative. I don't care if it's an eclipse. I don't care if it's a portal. I don't care if it's a full moon, new moon. Doesn't matter to me. They all have a purpose. That's all seasons and cycles. And it's about evolving, right? Bringing awareness to things, resolving things, clearing patterns. So anything that's coming to your awareness during these powerful times transformation is something that you might want to reflect on and look at, because it's trying to tell you a message. Lunar eclipse is always considered more emotionally charged, like I said before. It's more the feminine energy. So you can also expect major turning points and plot twists. Any emotions you have been suppressing might come to the surface during this time. Like any full moon, this is a lunar eclipse. Why are these emotions coming to the surface? Maybe they want to be felt and then healed. You got to feel it to heal it. As cliche as it sounds, the more you can feel these emotions you've been suppressing, I say suppression is depression, the more you can feel, then you can release them from your energy field. A lot of times they just want to be felt, acknowledged, and then release. You know, there are different ways to heal. If you've been through intense trauma, I have been through a lot too. I like to find alternative methods to healing. So I want to also go into the importance of this full moon lunar eclipse being in Taurus. So Taurus is an earth sign. It's the bull, right? It's also a fixed sign, very stubborn, the most stubborn sign in the whole zodiac. They're also very reliable, grounded, stable, connect very well to the earth, but also very connected to the material world. Sometimes can overindulge in materialism, sometimes can overindulge in anything that's appealing to the senses, very sensual, right? Sometimes a lot of the earth signs, especially a fixed Taurus sign, can really suppress their emotions. So this is important right now. It's a good time to balance your physical and emotional sides of yourself. Sometimes Taurus energy can be too in the physical and not connecting enough to their emotions. Right now, it's a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, so it's going to bring these emotions up that you've been suppressing. So it's a good time to finally take a look at these things. And maybe the reason why we indulge in material pleasures more, or our senses, more the physical, is because sometimes we want to avoid the emotions that we have. So it's a good time to get these in balance. And addictions can form sometimes when you're constantly avoiding your emotions and you're indulging in this whatever physical pleasure, whatever physical sense. When we overindulge, you know, that's how it leads to addictions, habits, and just feeling unbalanced. And the one thing the Taurus energy is stable. So if we indulge too much in something, we're not feeling stable and grounded. So it's very important to balance those out. So like any full moon, and especially this lunar eclipse, we're always talking about releasing. I always say new moons are about bringing in new energy, starting new cycles. Full moons are about releasing, closing the cycle. It's a good time to release some of that stubbornness, There are areas in your life that you know that you need to release certain things, whether it's habits, behaviors, or even thoughts or feelings. Or we are often resistant to change because we feel more comfortable in these habits. So it's outside of our comfort zone to do something else and to change. This is going to really bring awareness to areas in your life where you're being resistant to change. It's going to bring awareness to anything that's making you feel unstable. We could be mentally unstable, emotionally unstable, financially unstable. A Taurus is a more material sign. So it also might bring awareness to maybe where we have attachments to materialism as well. With this Taurus energy, you could also find yourself more ambitious and more focused on your goals. And you can use that stubborn, that drive to take action towards your goals and make the changes that are necessary as well. You can use the stubbornness either to resist the change and you'll feel the resistance, or these things are going to keep coming to the surface because they want to be resolved, they want to be released, or you could use that stubborn drive of the Taurus, the ambition, right, the perseverance to release these things. See, I always say there's a flip side to it. It's all about how you use the energy. The energy's there. What are you going to do with it? It's up to you, your intention. I also say that Taurus is a sign that's very sensual, right? They like doing things that feel good with the physical. It could be like food, anything that's pleasing to your senses, different aromas, touch, your sight as well. Also bring awareness to things that don't resonate with your senses. Maybe you want to spruce up your environment. Maybe you want to add some incense. Maybe you want to eat some good food. Maybe you want to listen to some good music. You know, it's a good time to indulge in your senses as well. Like I said, there's a balance to everything. So we can indulge in it and not overindulge. So also, in general with the lunar eclipse, it's always a good time to reflect. I always say what's coming up. You know, it's a good time to journal these things. You might have more intense dreams like any full moon, or you might just be feeling really emotional. But with the Taurus energy as well, find ways to find comfort within yourself, comfort and safety within yourself. Feel grounded within yourself, whatever that is. Maybe you need to take a bubble bath. Maybe you need to take a step away from social media. Maybe you just need to do some more self-care. Maybe you need to go get a pedicure. Maybe you need to go get pampered in some kind of way. It is good for that as well. If you're finding your emotions are a little overwhelming, you know, grounding too, since Taurus is an earth sign, going more into nature, doing some earthing, putting your feet in the bare grass, going on a hike, going on a nature walk. These are all good things too. I also say don't get too caught up in the emotions. The lunar eclipse can bring up a lot for some people. Some people that have done more shadow work and more inner work, maybe not so much, but some people it might be very intense. So be more the observer, reflecting, not acting out of emotion, not acting from an emotional state, making impulsive decisions from emotional state, staying more grounded in the Taurus energy. Observing and thinking before we make decisions on what we want to release or where we need to take action. Also, letting go of the need to control. That's another thing with the Taurus energy as well is important. And so when you let go of the need to control, you allow the changes, you allow the natural flow of life. Allow what needs to end in your life to end, so you can have the new beginnings and be more in alignment with where your life's supposed to go. Breakdowns can often equal breakthroughs. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. If you're interested in those, my links are in this channel description and in my video description. I also offer intuitive transformational coaching if you need help getting your life together, going through spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, addictions, toxic relationships, mental health issues, trauma, grief, all that, going through a dark time and need some intuitive guidance on how you can get your life together again and feel good about yourself and become a real alchemist, transmute a lot of these negative emotions. And my contact information is in this video description as well. Have a good day. Namaste.